guys, how you doing? Cool to be here. My name's Liam. What an honour it is to be here at this final. Doing a show here. It's been going alright. It's called Homecoming is the name of my show. It's called that because you have to name the shows in January before you know what the fuck they're going to be about, okay? So I like to give my shows vague sounding titles, and then if I'm really smart, I kind of like crowbar in some context between the title of the show and the content of the show, and this year I did not manage that. No. I managed it last year, right? Last year my show was called Homeboy, okay, and it ended up being a show about toxic masculinity and modern sexism. And after the first show I'd run, a reviewer came up to me and said, "I have a question. Your show is called Homeboy. I thought it was brilliant. My question is this: are you the titular homeboy of which you speak? Is this perhaps a reference to where one feels comfortable as a man in 2019, where perhaps you could say you feel at home as a boy?" I said, "Do you think that's good?" She said, "I think that's brilliant." I said, "That's exactly what I meant, yeah." 5 stars, bitches! Kind of undermines doing a show about feminism when you shout 5 stars, bitches. So, cover a lot of stuff in this year's show. Talk about being sober. I haven't drank in about 4 years, right? And let me tell you, that's something that gets a different reaction in different parts of the world. Did some gigs in America this year, and let me tell you, if you stand on stage in an American comedy club and say the words, "I haven't drank in 4 years," they clap, okay? You get an instantaneous round of applause. Everyone's so excited for you. People want to talk to you after the show. They come up, they're like, "Oh my God, I just want to say, thank you for sharing your story. Oh my God, I feel inspired by your journey. I myself gave up gluten for 2 weeks last fall, so I kind of feel like we're connected." I am yet to receive that response in Scotland, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it, I said I hadn't drank in 4 years, and a fucking deathly silence fell over this room. That woman won't be waiting for me after, it'll just be some old, bald, pissed guy from Paisley like, "Neil, what the fuck's wrong with you?" Just love drinking, man. Giving up drinking's hard. Giving up drinking in Scotland is harder than Takeshi's Castle, man, I swear to God. Giving up drinking in Scotland is like giving up heroin in Scotland. People don't like it. Don't drink booze anymore. I drink soft drinks, man. Do we have Scottish people here? A few of you, okay. The ones that haven't rented out their flats to Chinese mime artists for the festival, that's good. So I call these soft drinks, fizzy drinks, because I'm English. Americans call it soda. People here in Edinburgh call this juice. What the fuck's all that about, huh? It's very confusing for us English people. We don't get told about that shit. There's no pamphlet when you come into the country that says you have a funny name for this, okay? Which, as I'm sure you can imagine, leads to some hilarious misunderstandings. I remember when I was about 20, lived in Scotland, had a Glaswegian girlfriend, right? One day we woke up, she had a hangover, obviously. I was trying to be a good boyfriend. I was like, "Oh, you got a little hangover. Can I get you anything? Can I make you feel better?" And she said, "I want juice." Now I was trying to be a good boyfriend. I thought, I'm going to go and I'm going to make some freshly squeezed fruit juice to make her feel better, okay? Right? So, because in my naivety, I thought by juice, she meant fucking juice, okay? Turns out she had different ideas, okay? So I went out to the shops, I went to get some oranges, I had to go to fucking Newcastle for those. I came back, I had my fruit, I squeezed it into a glass. I was so full of beans, man. I was so sure I'd done the right thing. I came into the bedroom, crept in with this glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. I was like, "Honey, wake up, I've got you some juice." She came out from under the duvet like, "Foxstar." I was like, "It's juice." She went, "That's no juice." I was like, "No, it is. It's orange juice." And she said, I think the scariest words I've ever heard in a Scottish accent. She went, "Here, don't you ever fuck with my juice." Terrifying. And of course, the juice that we love here in Scotland is called Iron Brew. If you're visiting, I highly recommend it. The people of Scotland love Iron Brew. They love it so much that even though it is orange, Celtic fans will still drink it, okay? And if you don't get that joke, feel free to Google sectarianism after the show. Fill it in, man. Now, I am going to talk briefly about the slight controversy regarding Iron Brew in the last 18 months, okay? If we do have Scottish people here, I don't mean to upset you. If you need to take 5 minutes and stand outside whilst I discuss this, I totally understand. About a year and a half ago, there was a slight recipe change, okay? And it was very upsetting for Scottish people because the recipe for iron brew has remained the same for many thousands of years. It's very simple. You get 290 teaspoons of sugar, you pour it into the can, you fucking shake it up, then you take it to Loch Lomond, right? And there is an old stone house on the banks. You knock on that you knock on the door 3 times, a little old lady comes out, and you hold the can under her chin, and she whispers into it, "Mon then, you wee cunt." And the spell is cast, okay? That is up until last year. The Scottish government got involved. They said, "No! There's too much sugar!" From now on, you can only have 220 teaspoons of sugar per can! And the people of Scotland went, "Well, we'll fucking see." That's fucking disgusting! He'll only ever fuck with my juice! People would stop buying iron brew like there was an apocalypse coming, man. There were basements in Glasgow with 200 cans of old-fashioned iron brew. I swear to God this is true, right? I was in a cafe in Glasgow a couple of days after the recipe change. I sat down, there was a little old lady next to me. She got a sausage sandwich and a can of the new recipe iron brew, and I swear this is true. She cracked open the can, then she grabbed a sachet of sugar for tea, and she topped that shit up, man. I swear that's true. I made that up, but it's true. Changing the way we drink, man. Changing the way we drink. We're very environmentally conscious when it comes to our soft drinks now. I don't know if you saw this recently. McDonald's introduced paper straws. Everyone's like, "Yeah, McDonald's, paper straws." And it's like, yeah, but they're McDonald's. They're the most evil capitalist corporate company that's ever existed. They're only introducing straws because it looks good for them. That was my original spicy take on that. And then I saw 60,000 people had signed an online petition called "Bring Back Plastic Straws in McDonald's." I was appalled by that. I was like, so selfish. For what possible reason could you have, like, to protest paper straws? You know, it's good for the environment. So I went on, I read the comments on the petition, and the comments said stuff like, "We don't like the new paper straws. We don't like the texture." I'm like, I'm sorry, you're in fucking McDonald's! You don't get to complain about the texture of fucking anything! You signed off that way, but when you bought something called a McNugget, have you eaten a McNugget? It tastes like deep fried carpet! For fuck's sake! Who's got, the paper straw texture is ruining the texture of my mashed up goat hoof burger. It's fucking disgusting! See, if you're struggling to use a paper straw in McDonald's, the paper straw is not the issue in your life, okay? You have other shit that you need to address other than the method of transportation between the sugary goop and your stupid fucking mouth, okay? Sitting in McDonald's and complaining about a paper straw is like a junkie complaining that there's a coffee stain on his spoon, okay? Who's been using my spoon? This is my heroin spoon and now it's got coffee on it. I've told you before, coffee spoons in the kitchen, heroin spoons in the bathroom. Now there's coffee in my heroin, I'm never gonna get to sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, the lineup tonight is truly world class. Best of luck to all of everyone here. Thanks so much. You guys have been awesome. Enjoy your night.